Buenos días a todo el público asistente a esta ceremonia de graduación 2009. Bienvenidos a todas y a todos. Les comunicamos que estamos teniendo problemas con la emisión por internet de la ceremonia. Por lo tanto, les rogamos que nos concedan un poquito más de su paciencia. Esperamos que dentro de unos minutos podamos ya comenzar con la retransmisión en vivo y con la ceremonia acá. Muchas gracias por su atención.
Good morning, and thank you for coming to our 2019 UWC Costa Rica graduation ceremony. We're going to start by asking you to have a little bit more patience just because we're having some issues with the live streaming, and so we hope to get the live streaming up as soon as possible so we can start the ceremony. Thank you. Okay, so after a short wait, we are pleased to announce that the live stream is working. Our good friends at YouTube kind of switched the link on us at last moment, so now we are ready to begin.
Bueno, ya tenemos buenas noticias, somos así de eficientes. Desafortunadamente, nuestros amigos de YouTube nos cambiaron el enlace. Si ustedes comprueban el Facebook del colegio, allí encontrarán el nuevo enlace para seguir la retransmisión de la ceremonia por internet. Gracias.
So you'll be the link to the new link is going to be sent through our Facebook page. So if you want to get the live streaming, please check there. Here we go. 2019 graduates, your families, and to our extended UWC CR family throughout the world, welcome to our 2019 graduation ceremony.
Bueno, ahora sí. Queridas familias, amigos, invitados en general, estudiantes, staff, bienvenidos a todos a la ceremonia de graduación 2019 del Colegio del Mundo Unido de Costa Rica. Muchas gracias por estar aquí.
Even though we do have a new link up and available for live streaming or recorded videos, if you would like to take your own videos or photos, we please ask that you come to this side of the stage over here. This is the best opportunity to get your own pictures.
Puesto que la ceremonia está siendo retransmitida por internet, saludamos también a todos nuestros amigos que nos están siguiendo desde la distancia. Hola. Y también les queremos avisar de que tenemos fotógrafos profesionales que están tomando imágenes, videos de la ocasión. Si aún así ustedes quisieran tomar fotografías en cualquier momento de la ceremonia, les rogamos que lo hagan por favor por este ladito de acá, para evitar problemas, tropizones, etcétera, etcétera. Muchas gracias.
We'd also like to remind you to please turn off your cell phones or put them on silent mode. A few logistics in case of an emergency. We happen to be seated in our meeting point, so in any sorts of natural emergencies, just stay put, and we'll be waiting for announcements from the National Emergency Commission. Emergencies of another nature, you can find the restrooms in the library, and also there's some restrooms behind the cafeteria.
También, por supuesto, nos gustaría rogarles que por favor, si no van a usar su celular, lo apaguen o por lo menos que lo pongan en modo de silencio. Por otro lado, si se diera la desafortunada circunstancia de que hubiera una emergencia, estamos en el lugar correcto, no es necesario ir a ninguna parte, nos quedaríamos acá y esperaríamos a recibir instrucciones de la Comisión Nacional de Emergencia. Por otro lado, si lo que necesitan es una emergencia personal, los baños se encuentran detrás de la cafetería y también en este edificio que queda detrás suyo, a su derecha, la biblioteca. Y yo creo que ya podemos comenzar. Ahora sí, entonces, seguimos con la ceremonia. Invitamos a don Mauricio Viales, nuestro director del colegio, quien va a compartir unas palabras con ustedes.
So opening today's ceremony, we have our head of school, Mauricio Viales.
¿Ya? Perfecto. Ahora sí. Buenos días, bienvenidos y bienvenidas. On behalf of our whole UWC Costa Rica family, I welcome you to a special event that symbolizes the conclusion of a Costa Rican and very important stage of a life-changing experience. I also welcome all of our friends and families who are watching through our live streaming feed on internet. Considering different time zones, many of you might be watching us either having breakfast in your pajamas or dinner in your pajamas as well. We also send a special greetings to our dear alumni. After this graduation today, we'll have 965 UWC Costa Rica alumni spread across the globe, representing more than 100 countries. As always, we would like to recognize the presence of some of them who made the effort to come back home for this celebration. Could I ask our UWC Costa Rican alums to stand, please? Please stay there. And now, I would like to invite alumni from all UWCs, from other UWCs to stand and join our own alum, please. Thank you very much. Los extrañábamos mucho. Gracias por venir. All of them have shared different experiences at different places and time, but with the same UWC spirit. Together with alumni, this is a perfect gathering of people that care about our school and our students. Parents, grandparents, relatives, host families, board members, staff members, partnering organizations like Mariposa Foundation. I would like to recognize their presence here. Thank you very much for joining us. And friends of our school. All of us are celebrating values like empathy, diversity, and inclusion. These are values which are perceived as threats in other contexts. This is one of the best moments where you see and feel the UWC is an educational force for peace. Time passes rapidly. Do you remember when you learned about UWC the first time? Remember the moment that you decided to apply? Do you remember it? Do you remember the day when you knew that you were selected to come to UWC Costa Rica? Okay. Who told you? Who was accompanying you at that time? Remember? Remember the day you were packing to come here for the first time? What did you put in your suitcase? Is there something still alive from that? Remember when you took your first flight or bus or car to come here? Or walking distance? There is someone from Santana among you. For some of you, it was the first flight of your life. Remember all the challenges you had to get a visa to come to Costa Rica? Remember when you arrived, who picked you up at the airport? Which student gave you the first welcoming hug? Or the first 200 welcoming hugs? Remember the Roble Alto camp? Time passes so quickly. Only 2 or 3 days ago, you were finalizing your IB exams. Wrapping up your 2-year life here. And yesterday, the pool day. I hope you enjoyed it. It is clear to us that you have grown exponentially. You have had many new experiences and embraced them with curiosity and determination. Your contributions to the school and different communities has been very valuable. Your arts exhibition has been the best, one of the best exhibitions we have ever had. Ask Rachel about that. The social committee has been very proactive and organized different successful activities with huge participation from students. The musical, led by Beth, Yandering, Hannah, Beck, and Lara, has been a success. especially considering it required them and more than 30 other students to handle very complex variables. Additionally, we thank you for your proactive participation and involvement in the Agents of Change Facilitators program. The leadership of Lola and other students like Maria Laura, Renzo, and Isabela enabled an impactful CAS activity supporting kids from our Santana community to help them strengthen their English level. Your participation in other towns like La Carpio, working together with the CIFAIS organization, had a very positive effect on that community and on yourselves. I would also like to mention our dear Geraldo Antonio Sibinde. One of our students that we all appreciate and admire. Antonio received an award and a grant from the Go Make a Difference initiative for his project on child marriage and HIV/AIDS awareness in Mozambique. In his country, 1 out of 2 girls get married before the age of 18. This situation excludes girls from their education system and exposes them to severe health challenges. Geraldo's project will reach out to rural areas that are not served by other organizations, with preventive and educational programs for girls, boys, and their parents. We are convinced that this is one of many impactful initiatives he will take in the future. These are a few examples of many that represent our community, which, with all its imperfections, cares about others and aspires to see a better society. Thank you. Where is this drive and sense of purpose coming from? An important part of it comes from the diversity of our students' body. With almost 80 nationalities represented, we are one of the most diverse educational institutions in Latin America. At the same time, our scholarships program has allowed our community to have a very diverse socioeconomic representation. This is hugely important considering our context. Within the 6 Central American countries, almost 6 million young people with similar ages than yours have been excluded from the educational system. They represent more than the total population of Costa Rica. Our socioeconomic diversity tackles and proposes a solution to the challenge about access, which has recently been questioned in the international higher education arena. At the same time, our diversity opens our minds and hearts to realities we would never have imagined. It allows all of us to discover and value these differences as being gifts to enable us to be more effective and compassionate as global citizens in this complicated 21st century. You have been examples of determination, perseverance, and have transformed the ones around you. I remember some of you 2 years ago entering into this experience, facing huge academic challenges, feeling completely frustrated because you could not even communicate with your peers due to language barriers. You were about to quit many times, and you had reasons to do it, and everyone would have understood. But you didn't. You knew you had a superior goal. With the support of many of our dedicated staff members, your families and your friends, you decided to make an extra effort, and here you are at your UWC Costa Rica graduation. We could not even be prouder of what you have achieved. Life expectancy in Costa Rica is about 80 years. You probably have more than 60 years ahead of you full of projects, frustrations, achievements, and decisions to make. Those new realities and decisions will not be influenced by your CAS miles, your IB regulations, your tutors, or your RCs. They will be defined by your values and your courage to make things happen, and you have it. In a couple of weeks, we will have our first 10-year alumni reunion. 10 years ago, they were celebrating the graduation, sitting in the same place you are now, probably the same chairs. They are not 80 years old yet, but they have grown in their lives. They provide always a valuable perspective about what the UWC Costa Rica experience means. I would like to share with you two extraordinary alumni that represent the UWC mission. The first one is Jorge Clemente de León, class of 2010 from Guatemala. We love Guatemala. After UWC Costa Rica, Jorge received a Davis UWC scholarship to attend university at Wheaton College in the United States. As a college student, Jorge was awarded a Davis Project for Peace grant of $10,000 to distribute water filters in El Coyol, Guatemala, and to help villagers to develop plans for replacing the filters on an annual basis. Jorge's relationship to El Coyol is a personal one. It is a village where his mother's family is from. El Coyol is a village of 35 families located close to the border with El Salvador and suffers from a polluted water supply since the water that runs through has already been used to wash clothing and as garbage dumped by other communities. Today, Jorge has a master's degree in economics and international finance from the School of Advanced International Studies at Johns Hopkins University. Jorge has served as an advisor in local economic development for the Guatemalan Ministries of Economy and Education. He has also advised several NGOs in Guatemala and works as a consultant in governance, global practice, public sector, and institution for the World Bank. Again, access is key. I would also like to share with you the testimonial about my dear Lisa Gashi. As a first year, Lisa arrived 2 months late, as some of you, speaking no Spanish and a little English. Well, 2 words of Spanish. If you want, you can tell them, I'm not allowed. She did not even have a country at that time, as Kosovo was coming through a devastating conflict and did not declare independence until February 2008, before her graduation. Like her determination, Lisa has boundless optimism about how much she can accomplish. Thanks to full scholarships for the next 6 years, she graduated from UWC Costa Rica and went on to gain triple majors in international relations, Spanish, now she knows more than 2 words, and political science, and double minors in history and intercultural studies from Wartburg College in Iowa. Lisa is a Clinton Global Initiative alumna. She received a U.S. State Department scholarship for her master's degree in public administration from Arizona State University. At age of 18, she became the founder and president of the National Committee of UWC Kosovo. Remember, the country that didn't exist when she arrived here. After 3 years, her work with a few fellow Costa Rica alumni has resulted in UWC for Life, a committee for keeping alumni engaged. Bringing people together is Lisa's passion. At age of 26, she is the founder and executive director of Germen, an NGO created to engage almost 1 million Kosovars outside the country in policy-making processes, networking, job creation, and diplomacy in Kosovo. Lisa generously took a month leave from her intense job to come and volunteer for the school this month. This is why we have the privilege to have her among us today. Lisa, could you join us for a minute, please, so that they can see you?
Muchas gracias. Y la palabra fue Antonio, cásate conmigo. No me parece que hay algún Antonio por acá. Eso.
The other day, Lisa told me how thankful she was for all the support she received at her time from Marlene, my assistant, and she still called her Mama Marlene, right? Both Jorge and Lisa are great inspirations about how far the UWC mission can go. At the same time, we are not asking you to become Lisa or to become Jorge. There are many ways on how to live the UWC mission. You have the UWC mission and values in you. You will find your own way and your own time on how to enhance it. We only expect you to help others in need to have a more dignified life. And we expect you to do it with grace and humbleness, without confusing passion and determination with arrogance and entitlement. It is fundamental to be grateful and recognize that this graduation magical moment also happens because of the effort of many people. National committees, which through thousands of volunteers, dedicate immense number of hours to select students around the world. Parents and relatives who bravely supported you to be part of UWC because they knew they were following your dreams. Board members and trustees who share their valuable time and resources in a selfless way. Host families who have expanded their nests to embrace you for the last 2 years. Thank you very much, host families. Staff members, could you please stand up? Miembros del staff, por favor, pónganse de pie. Our staff members and their families never hesitate to make an additional effort to support all of you, regardless if those efforts are fairly recognized or not. We feel very honored and proud to have such a committed team. Please, let us give them another big applause. Thank you very much. I would not like to close before wishing our first years all the best for the next term. Among you, we will have our alumni number 1,000. This is a very symbolic number that represents the growth of our institution. Knowing your qualities and commitment, I'm sure you will make great contributions to the school. In a few minutes, you will become our UWC Costa Rica second years. Dear graduates, UWC Costa Rica and the UWC movement will need you in the future to enable new generations to have the same opportunities you are having now. We are very proud to know that most of you have formally committed to continue helping UWC through your time, talent, and treasure. We are extremely sad to see you leaving, but we are very happy to know that you are prepared to face your new stages in life. Moreover, we will be there if you need us. As my dear Juan Diego shared a few days ago, don't be sad because it finished, be happy because it happened. Please always consider Costa Rica your home and UWC Costa Rica part of your family. Hasta que nos volvamos a ver pronto, los vamos a extrañar mucho. Pura vida. Gracias.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias, Mauricio, por tus palabras. Ahora les tenemos una hermosa sorpresa para todos ustedes de parte de Roca, Dule y Simon.
Now we have a special surprise for everyone being presented by Roca, Dule, and Simon.
It is to ask each person to light their best memory in UWC Costa Rica, and on whiteboard, and we took the video of each person.
Yep, and the background music of this video is Bohemian Rhapsody. It's because both me and Roca love the song and Queen very much, and we bonded over their music, so enjoy.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Too late, my time has come. Sent shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro. Magnifico! I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah, no, we will not let you go. Let him go! Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let him go! Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let me go! We'll not let you go. Let me go! Never let you go. Let me go! Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. For me. For me. So you think you can stop me and spit my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby.
A continuación, doña Susan Mullins, presidenta de la Junta Directiva, va a honrar esta ceremonia con unas hermosas palabras.
Susan Mullins, come to the stage to share us a couple of few of her thoughts for today's special occasion.
Well, we may take a collection and next year have 2 more screens up front. That was great. That was great, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I want to first say good morning to all of you who are here and to all of you who we hope are out there through the mystery and the marvel of the internet. This is my 7th graduation as the UWC board chair, and it still continues to be my favorite weekend here in Costa Rica. It's a time when we, like yesterday, got to gather with your families and spend time putting them through those reflections sessions that sometimes make you groan, but they were awesome because they really had a chance together and with our staff and board members who were there facilitating the groups to really look back over what these 2 years have meant to you, what they've seen in you, how they've watched you grow, sometimes scaring them, but always feeling like this was the right place for you to be. And we also asked them to look at what has it meant to them and to their families. And I want to tell you that the journey you've been on is their journey too, and they think that you helped them grow up. And that's really important to all of us too, to know if what we do here is valuable, does it matter, does it work? And I think the answer after yesterday was yes. And you come from spectacular families. And I want to thank all of our parents, our grandparents, the siblings who were here, all of you who are sitting there in your pajamas, as Mauricio says, really being there as your pit crew, helping you do this. It's also a joy to celebrate with you, not just the completion of your IB, but really the completion of a very challenging life adventure that you were willing to take on. And it's an achievement too, I think, for everyone who have important parts to play in this. Your families from home, your Costa Rican family, and all of the friends and supporters of the school that are here to help make this happen. Because it doesn't happen in a vacuum and it doesn't happen by magic, even though sometimes it feels like little miracles, so we go, yes, it happened. But it does take a village, and I want to thank everyone here. We have host moms sitting over here, and all of you, thank you for being a part of this adventure that we're on. And part of that village are the members, 20 members of the board of directors, half of whom are sitting here in the front row. And the whole year through, they share their skills and their time trying to be in service of the school. We come from different countries. We have different cultures, professions, life experiences. Some of us are UWC alumni, including our own alum, Dr. Kevin Ferreira Van Leer from the Pioneer Class of 2009. He is our first UWC Costa Rica board member, and he will not be the last. And then there are people like myself who is too old to have had the opportunity, frankly, I hate to say it, to have gone to a UWC. But others like us who really believe and see that what happens here is so critical in the complicated world we're in today, that we really need more young people coming through that front gate into the UWC experience and then leaving here to go on and do the best they can to make the world, in whatever arena, large and small, that they move in, a positive place because they're there. So Mauricio and I wrote our speeches separate of each other, but both of us, I think, have been moved with the reference of our alums, because we now have, as he says, over 900 alums. And for me, one of the goals that I set this year after the first of the year was to try to reach out to as many older alums as I could. And I chose older alums, not the ones still in universities, because I think there's a lot to be learned from what happens as they go through this. I wanted to know how they were, what they were doing. Some of these catch-ups were through emails. I've had long cafecitos, which for those of you who don't know, that's conversation with coffee, lots of coffee, across many time zones on WhatsApp. And I had personal conversations with some of them over dinners. In fact, I had a very special, very long dinner with Amalia Robinson from Spain. It was a great conversation, but we did have the worst fried vegan food I've ever had. And we both said, never again. That restaurant, we're not doing. And I've had time to spend with our alum from Venezuela, Roberto de la Neve, and come to understand that he's doing amazing work as an acoustical engineer in the States, and yet he also has to hold the worry about his family in Venezuela and to think how to be of help to them. So our alums are spread across the world, but what I took from all of these conversations is that they had some advice that they wanted me to share with you. And I think this is advice for our first years, soon to be second, and our graduates. They wanted me to share with you that they know that right now you all are sitting here and you're wondering and you're worried, and maybe your parents are too, if you picked the right university, if you're picking the right major, if the gap year is the thing you really should be doing. And very importantly, that you're sitting here feeling like, how am I ever going to survive if I don't have my besties in the next room to go run to and talk to? And you're probably wondering, how would I do without Layla and Renee to go talk to? And how do you say goodbye to those who have shared 2 special years with you? But our alums would want me to tell you, they'd want me to relieve your mind to those last 2 questions first. And that is that you are not saying goodbye. They may not be in the next room, but what our alumni tell us even 10 years away from here is that the years do not diminish the connections because of the special life that you have shared and because of who you are. You have to rely maybe more on internet and travel, and I know how much you travel and couch surf and everything, and you'll do that. And you're going to widen your circle to include new people in your lives. But those 2 unique years that you're finishing now, they have forged bonds that are going to stay with you, and they get refreshed with each reconnection despite the passage of time in between. So then back to the other questions, because I've been doing a lot of information gathering for you and for us. The alumni I talked to had all completed their undergraduate work. Some are in graduate school, and others are already on their life paths. And what I consistently heard is that when they looked back over all those intervening years, that more than anything else of those 10 years, 6 years experience, whatever it was, that it was the 2 years at UWC Costa Rica that gave them the significant life experience that has grounded them and had prepared them for what has come after. They told me that because of those 2 years of living and learning together with so many different people, that they really do have a wider comfort zone. It isn't just something that's going to go away when you go back through the gate. And that they also have a capacity to work well with people who are from very different contexts. And that's something that many of the peers that they find in business and in their other avenues in which they walk, they don't have that. They said that the skills that they developed here, the critical thinking and problem solving, the organizing and community team building, those are actually ones that they use in every single part of their day. They feel it's grounded them to handle uncertainty, because there is uncertainty, and it's grounded them in taking risks, knowing that somehow, if they stick with it, they will find the solutions. I talked to Jader Adquad, who's Generation 2013 from Peru. And he told me it was the confidence that he gained here to try many different things at Macalester College. And he said it caused him then to see a problem as an opportunity to create solutions. His knowledge and his comfort with people that we've talked about said is what served him to be able to be there and help with the refugees seeking asylum from Afghanistan and Iraq. And he used his Spanish to translate for human rights lawyers who were trying to help Central American teens find asylum. So today, he is now the consultant with the Inter-American Development Agency, where he works in policy program development to promote social inclusion, bringing people together, but bringing them together from vulnerable populations in Latin America and the Caribbean. And shifting to another continent is Alice Munley, who is from Ireland, Generation 2014. And she has her degree now from both the British and international law and is in the UK Foreign Service Embassy in Paris. But she wrote me that what she did in her university, and she hopes that you will do this as well, is to really look for opportunities in many different ways that with the more understanding and the more experience you get, your path of where you want to go and what enriches you will be more clear. I mean, for her, this even took her to Mauritius, where she worked in communities using the team building and the problem solving and the cross-cultural skills that she got. And she said all of those things she has used across Europe in all of the international legal service circles that she's moving in, and used them too in her work with the Irish Navy Reserves that she now is part of as well. But our alumni, they're everywhere. They're environmentalists, they're artists, they're filmmakers, they're doctors, they're computer engineers, they're social workers, they're business entrepreneurs, and now they're even becoming parents, which is really exciting. There's so many of them. And one of the things that they have shared back is they want you to know, though, that the paths are not always easy. They're not always straight, right to your objective. And that look like setbacks for you are really gifts. And I wanted to end by telling you about one of our other students that I talked to for a very long time, Mohammed Chamas, also 2014. And it was during the cafecito between me sitting in Los Angeles and him in Lebanon. And I think we may have been in pajamas because of the time difference. He was called Chamas when he was here. And he told me that when he entered Duke University as a mechanical engineering student, that he was determined to make an impact on the world through socially oriented engineering. But guess what? After a year, he realized that this degree was not going to prepare him for that. He wasn't satisfied with the amount of human interaction and the impact that he really wanted to have. Chamas said, coming from Lebanon, I was programmed to disfavor any field unrelated to the sciences. But I took the gamble and I dropped my engineering path. Had I not gone to UWC, I wouldn't have been brave enough to make this decision. Chamas switched to education and soaking up every opportunity to learn and experiment in innovation and teaching. He was accepted into the master's program in educational technology at Harvard, but the financial aid package wasn't enough for him to go. Was it a setback? Was he disappointed? I think, as Hadar would have said, and he'd agree, that it was an opportunity that was waiting for a solution. And Chamas returned to Lebanon, where he's working now inside a very rigid educational system. But he's doing like you do in so many things here. He's trying to push and push to move it forward into more innovative thinking. He's writing his own computer science curriculum. He's teaching students at age 9 to code. And he's running a robotics after-school program as well. And he's doing one of the things he loves. He loves working with and teaching children. His dream, which is strong and is grounded, it's not sitting out there somewhere, it is grounded, is to provide student-centered learning spaces for self-directed learners from all walks of life from all over Lebanon. Now, he says it is frustrating. It's frustrating at times trying to move the system, but he is tireless and he is committed in figuring out how to teach and how to reach the children in his country. He also is very dedicated and has given a large part of his life every month to work with the Lebanon National Committee, because what he wants is for other teens in his country to have what he saw as the life-changing opportunity that he got at UWC. So there's powerful lessons in all that they share with us. And when I say us, I don't just mean with our students, but all of us here today. Because it's advice that I think has struck a chord in me, this one particular thing that they said. They said, take opportunities that present themselves. These can be the place of discovery of who you are and where you are called to be. Listen to your feelings and have the courage to make change. For me, I think that's incredible advice, whether it's for me or you at 18, any of us. And as for living the mission, which we hear a lot of people saying, oh, how do I leave the mission? I'm not doing it, or I'm not enough. Well, the other day I was with Lisa, who you've met, and you'll know more. And she told me on Friday when we talked about it, and she said, living the mission just begins the morning, the minute you wake up in the morning. It's in the smallest spheres of your life. She says it's living with integrity and honesty and an awareness of the needs of others. And I hear that, I go, wow, what a great way to start the day. So we hope for you that living the mission begins when you wake up, of saying, how do I move in my world with grace and caring and confidence? And who knows where you'll go? And I offer that also to all of us, the whole adult community, that we too, by being part of UWC, we need to be living the mission. We need to ask ourselves in the morning, okay, I'm going to live the mission today. And you make coffee for the person you live with, wherever it starts. So I want to say to all of you, safe travels going home, safe travels moving forward, and remember that you have a special place here in Costa Rica. Never forget that. And come back. Pura vida.
Thank you very much, Susan, for your special words. We're now going to invite to the stage a very special group at UWCCR. This is our Aerial Silks group. It is a co-curricular. It's a co-curricular group that's composed of both students and teachers, and they're going to be shared the space with their coaches, Eileen and Adrian.
Vamos dentro de poco a invitar a escena a un grupo muy especial. Es el talentoso grupo de telas aéreas que está compuesto por estudiantes y staff del colegio y está liderado por sus instructores Eileen y Adrián.
A quick note, if you are in the way back and you can't see very well one of the screens or see the stage, you now have a few moments to get to where you can have a better view of the stage or the screens.
En el caso de que ustedes no puedan ver muy bien la presentación, puesto que están sentados al final, les invitamos a que se acerquen quizás a una de las pantallas o incluso acá al puro frente. Así pueden disfrutar más de la presentación. Muchas gracias.
second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise it down. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Come with me home tonight. Just come with me home tonight. Come with me home tonight. Just come with me home tonight. The moon is on my side. I have no reason to run. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? The angels never arrive, but I can hear the choir. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I, your willing victim. I let you see the parts of me that weren't all that pretty, and with every touch you fixed them. Now you've been talking in your sleep, oh, oh, things you never say to me. Oh, oh, tell me that you've had enough of our love, our love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bends and we
running wild again. My dear, we still have everything, and it's all in your mind.
Yeah, but this is happening.
You've been having real bad dreams. Oh, oh, you used to lie so close to me. Oh, oh, there's nothing more than empty sheets between our love. Our love. Oh, our love. Our love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. I never stop. You're still written in the scars on my heart. You're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. Tear ducts and rise, I'll fix it for us. We're collecting dust, but our love's enough. You're holding it in, you're pouring it right. No, nothing is as bad as it seems. We'll come clean. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars on our hearts that we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars on our hearts that we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again. Oh, we can learn to love again. Oh, we can learn to love again. That we're not broken, just bends, and we can learn to love again.
There's a place I go to when no one knows me. It's not lonely, it's a necessary thing. It's a place I made up, find out what I made of. The nights I've stayed up, counting stars and fighting sleep. Let it wash over me, I'm ready to lose my feet. Take me off to the place where one reviews life's mystery. Steady on down the line, lose every sense of time. Take it all in and wake up, that's one part of me. Day to day I'm blind to see and find how far to go. Everybody got their reason, everybody got their way. We're just catching and releasing what builds up throughout the day. It gets into your body and it flows right through your blood. We can tell each other secrets and remember how to love. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum. I'm going. No one knows if I breathe real slowly. Let it out and let it in. It can be terrifying to be slowly dying. Also clarifying. We end where we begin. So let it wash over me. I'm ready to lose my feet. Take me off to the place where one reveals life's mystery. Steady on down the line. Lose every sense of time. Take it all in and wake up that small part of me. Day to day I'm blind to see and find how.
Wow, thank you, Ariel Silks, for a wonderful performance. Now we move on to a very special moment of the ceremony. Every year, 2 students are chosen among their peers to give a graduation address. And this year's graduation address in English is going to be from Sarah Cabani of Canada.
Le damos la bienvenida a Sarah Cabani de Canadá. Ella ha sido seleccionada por los estudiantes para compartir el discurso de los estudiantes en inglés.
How can you include 2 years of experiences in one 5 to 10 minute speech? I wanted to start off with a funny childhood story, but I forgot most of those, and so did my mom. Do I try to make you laugh by expressing how nerve-wracking it is for me to stand up here and speak? Do I commence with a cheesy line from High School Musical that Gabriel recommended? No, I'm going to start off with what I know, and just like how Jeff knows his biology, I'm going to talk about psychology. The most critical learning periods in our lives do not occur when we are teenagers or when we're adults, but rather in our earliest years of life. Our brain and the various structures within it rely on the metabolization of glucose in order to function, which allows us to carry out our daily activities and processes. Don't get freaked out. I'm going to simplify this. Harold Chugani, a renowned neurologist, examined the brain development of patients ranging from newborns to adults. He found that by the tender age of 4, the brain development of a child is more than twice as active compared to adults. The brain continues to develop at this feverish pitch until age 10, and then slows down until you're 16, when it levels off at adult values. Harold Chugani is to thank for this enlightening information, and I'm to thank for my obsessive interest in psychology. However, does that mean babies are smarter than adults? Possibly. But the combination of children's innate curiosity and their ability to soak up information like sponges allows them to strengthen their cognitive pathways and learn excessively at a faster pace than all of us here. I'm a bit confused though, because these last 2 years at UWC Costa Rica has taught me more than I could ever imagine. I'm sorry, but at age 4, I was chewing holes out of my blankets and crying every time I was separated from my mom. So not much cognitive development was going on there. But here, you learn that apparently Brenda's tea can fix any illness you have, and apart from water, coffee is a necessity too. We learn how there's no sadness a trip to the windmills can't fix, and that 4 p.m. snack time is the best time. We learn that you'll never experience more happiness than when Alyssa tells you your thesis statement is perfect than at any point of your academic career. We learned that the marks you get in the IB don't define you, and your worth is measured on the impact you have on others. We learned that no amount of fun can measure up to our experiences at CASA, and how our firsties are just straight up incredible. Like, seriously, where did they come from? We learned that being vulnerable makes you strong, and that family lies in the friends we make. We learned we learn how we should start working with admin rather than against them, and how the warm sunlight and soft breeze makes me realize how much I do not want to go back to Canada. And finally, we learn how everyone has something beautifully unique to offer, and putting the right effort into the right people will never disappoint. So yes, we may be a little far from age 4 and our prime time to soak up information like sponges. But these past 2 years has taught me how to live, how to love, and how to let go. And I don't think there's any better lesson than that. Despite whatever you have gone through, it was all for you to be sitting here today. Many of us are starting new chapters in our lives after this. The moving, shifting, shaping, and reshaping ourselves over and over are still out there waiting for us. But as we age, we must never forget that inner child within all of us. As we grow older, we naturally tend to lose ourselves in the expectations and artificial dreams. Being a 19-year-old, I know that unfortunately most of us young adults don't dream as much as we used to. Okay, maybe in class we sometimes do, but you know what I mean. I want you to think about those early years in our lives when we were absolutely convinced we had the abilities to be whatever we wanted to be. We were invincible, unstoppable, and probably naive. As a 19-year-old, even I know life isn't that simple, but if we could just look at our weaknesses with kinder eyes and not let our limitations hold us back, imagine the things that we could achieve. Apart from the learning, there's also the enjoying, which some of us do a little more than others here. I'm ashamed to admit that the first time I went up to Santa Ana's distinguished windmills was this past February, and not a single time before that. Standing on top of the windy hills, I was instantly mesmerized at the widely dispersed city beneath me and captivated by the beauty of the sunset that followed. I felt as if time had froze, but my mind certainly hadn't, as I was overwhelmed with thoughts I had never encountered before. It was in that moment in which I realized how truly limited human foresight is, despite the supreme confidence we hold in our own capabilities, as I could have never predicted an experience as surreal as this one. This isn't to say that we should lose all faith in ourselves, but rather we should perceive our shortcomings as part of a bigger picture. My dear co-years, whether you believe it or not, we're a strong community. 2 years allow for many things to go wrong. And during times when some of us have experienced our fair share of injustice, or when our protectors failed to stand behind us, our peers came to support us and fight with us to demonstrate their solidarity. Our bravery and strength will leave a mark on this school, and just like those windmills slowly turning above Santa Ana, it will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias a Sarah Cavani por estas inspiradoras palabras. A continuación, una nueva muestra del talento que reina en nuestro campus. La estudiante de Costa de Marfil, Freddie, nos va a regalar una hermosa canción.
Freddie, straight from the Ivory Coast, to share a very lovely song with us.
I can almost see it, that dreaming I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head that you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, and I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. The climb, the struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most, yeah. I'm gonna keep moving, and I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my head held high, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to sing along. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep on moving, keep coming, keep the faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith. Whoa.
Bravo, bravo. Muchísimas gracias, Freddy. Hermosa actuación. Y ahora pasamos a otro momento también muy especial del evento. Vamos a invitar al profesor de química, don Alan Méndez, a leer el discurso en español de los profesores. Él fue seleccionado por los estudiantes para realizarlo.
Mr. Alan Mendez, our chemistry teacher, was selected by the students to give the special teacher's graduation address.
I'm fine. Yo no voy a cantar. Estimada comunidad UWC presente, el día de hoy nos hemos reunido para conmemorar el final y el inicio de un nuevo ciclo. Esto podría ser la culminación para nuestros querida generación 2019, que con su esfuerzo y esmero durante estos 2 años les han permitido llegar hasta donde están hoy en día. Asimismo, ese es el inicio para nuestros primeros años, los cuales próximamente comenzarán un nuevo proceso de conocimiento y aprendizaje y que sin lugar a duda darán lo mejor de sí para alcanzar sus metas. No obstante, esto también significa una nueva etapa para mí. Recuerdo la primera vez que tuve la oportunidad de conocerlos a ustedes en aquel agosto. Creo que yo estaba aún más nervioso de lo que ustedes podrían haber estado. Lo cual resulta gracioso, ya que si ustedes me lo preguntan, yo no soy un adolescente de 16 o 17 años, estudiando en un país extranjero con muchos otros estudiantes con las mismas condiciones. Entonces surge la pregunta, ¿por qué estaba tan nervioso? Y la respuesta podría ser muy simple. Mi glándula adrenal liberó adrenalina, la cual no pude usar, lo que conllevó a un estado de ansiedad y de agitación. En otras palabras, mi cuerpo estaba alterado. En los meses siguientes, no obstante, me esforcé en dar lo mejor de mí. Me esforcé en ofrecerles todas las herramientas posibles para que ustedes pudieran entender y asimilar la materia. Me esforcé cada día por tratar de ser yo mismo. Hubo altos y bajos, días en los que yo me preguntaba, ¿habrán entendido lo que quise decir? ¿O por qué dije esa palabra? Posiblemente ellos no lo lograron entender. Y hubo días en los cuales me sentí satisfecho, días en los que recibí notas de felicitación de mis estudiantes y días en los que todo estaba claro. Y fue ahí donde me di cuenta de que estaba haciendo bien las cosas, no por mí, sino por ustedes. De igual manera, la experiencia que viví en la semana de servicio me permitió conocerlos desde una perspectiva no académica. Observar cómo trabajaron en conjunto para lograr los objetivos y ver la satisfacción de los resultados me hicieron apreciarlos como seres humanos y logré observar cómo un esfuerzo puede impactar en toda una comunidad. No obstante, por más que disfruté esta experiencia, también me enseñó algo acerca de mí mismo. En algún momento consideré tener hijos, pero después de pasar una semana con 15 adolescentes, en los cuales yo debía de levantarlos, vigilarlos y procurar que hicieran sus deberes, me hizo cambiar de opinión. Sin embargo, esto hace a mis estudiantes algo especial, ya que no necesito de mis propios hijos, porque siempre tendré adolescentes que cuidar, enseñar y ayudar a crecer. Con todo este aprendizaje, el Alan que yo creía ser cambió. Desde el inicio de esta experiencia con ustedes, decidí enfocarme en mostrar quién era, sin temor a ser juzgado. Me atreví a contar más chistes, aunque estos fueran malos o sin sentido. Y me atreví a equivocarme porque soy humano y todos cometemos errores de los cuales debemos de aprender. Es ahí donde las caras nuevas se volvieron caras familiares. Y eso permitió que los nervios ya no fueran parte del diario vivir. Pero más importante, me permitió abrirme con ustedes y ofrecerles lo que soy en este momento, una persona con seguridad y orgulloso de ustedes. Toda esta experiencia significó mucho, pues logró formar la persona que hoy en día está con ustedes. Sin embargo, estoy casi seguro de que ustedes, como estudiantes, pasaron por lo mismo. El estrés vivido, las risas y momentos tristes que tuvieron, todo eso lo vimos juntos. Eso es importante porque demuestra que ustedes nunca estuvieron solos y no eran los únicos que se sentían de esa manera, pues también yo lo hacía. A su vez, me permito agradecer a todos mis estudiantes, especialmente por una razón. Por haberme enseñado a darme cuenta de que mis expresiones faciales me delatan. Las veces que hice 1000 gestos en clase demuestra el vínculo que tengo con todos ustedes, lo bien que me hacían y me hacen sentir. La foto del anuario con todos ustedes la atesoraré por siempre. Les comento todo esto porque quiero que sepan cuánto una persona puede influenciar a los demás. Los profesores y adultos en general envueltos en una comunidad educativa tienen que tener en claro su rol, el cual es motivar a los estudiantes a seguir adelante y además ser un ejemplo moral y educativo para la sociedad. Y aunque nuestros estudiantes hoy nos dicen adiós, quiero que sepan que ustedes también generaron un impacto en nosotros, ya que con sus deseos de superación, sus más profundos intereses y, más importante, el tiempo que dedicaron a esta comunidad, permitieron dejar una huella en todos nosotros. Por esa razón les doy las gracias. Adicionalmente, creo que también es tiempo de alabar el enorme esfuerzo realizado por los estudiantes en estos 2 años. Deseo que recuerden las veces que trasnocharon por un examen, lo fuerte que trabajaron por sus evaluaciones internas y externas, y también por los deadlines que evadieron, más bien que cumplieron. De esto aprendí que también yo ocupo trabajar bajo presión, porque no crean que yo hice este discurso hace 3 semanas y que pasé ensayándolo para este momento. Más bien lo terminé ayer, como muchos de ustedes lo hicieron con sus tareas. Es importante que siempre recuerden lo siguiente: todos estos aprendizajes y vivencias no solamente se están viendo reflejadas el día de hoy, sino también lo verán en sus futuras carreras académicas. Una vida universitaria emocionante y difícil está por venir, pero no dejen que los obstáculos los detengan. Trabajen fuerte para alcanzar sus metas y sus ambiciones más profundas. Y mientras hacen eso, anhelo que recuerden el motivo que los trajo hasta acá y lleven en su corazón esta hermosa comunidad que los vio crecer. Finalmente, me gustaría hacer unas pocas palabras en inglés para mis estudiantes de química. I just want you to remember the times we spent together, since I will not forget those times. You helped me to grow and learn things that I wasn't aware of. Remember all the Spanish lessons that we have in our SL classes, the times that I got mad because of your laziness, but also remember that you made me proud. And please do not forget that Z is for Zame, and try not to be a careless student. You know what I mean. You made a great impact on me, and now this is your opportunity to impress the world. I know you can do it. Gracias y los mejores deseos en todos sus proyectos futuros.
Thank you, Alan. I think your words represented a lot of what we feel, so thank you. Now we come to a special moment in the ceremony where we'd like to take a moment and recognize the efforts of a few special students, what we like to call our agents of change.
En este momento, el equipo de dirección quiere reconocer la labor como agentes de cambio y líderes de servicio de algunos de los estudiantes.
It's on? Yeah. As an educational community, we support the development of socially responsible human beings through their actions and own personal examples. The 12 students I will call have been inspiring and outstanding, not only across academic, residential, and co-curricular, but also for many of us, both students and staff members. They have been inspiring and consistent in the following criteria: having a significant impact in the UWC Costa Rica and Santana community through leadership and service, different types of actions as daily practices and projects, and not always the most obvious, like being reflective, collaborative, and empathic. Dear students, I will now proceed to call each of you to the stage to recognize your accomplishments. Know, this is a gesture of gratitude for your contributions to UWC Costa Rica. I would like to also call, well, Dan and Luis are already here, so I will call you one by one. Antoine. Angat. Yaritza. Jafreisi. Geraldo. Calixte. Elizabeth. Laura Sancho. Si Yun Pan. Lola. María Isabel Díaz. Alejandra Altamirano. I would like to ask you one more round of applause for the students.
Bueno, y una de estas personas, que no se vaya muy lejos, porque llegó el momento de presentarles a alguien que ha sido merecidamente seleccionada para dar el discurso en español en nombre de los estudiantes. Con ustedes, Lola Ibáñez González.
For the graduation address in Spanish, Lola Ibáñez from Spain.
Buenos días, es un gusto para mí dar este discurso. Espero que estéis disfrutando de la ceremonia y que por el momento no habéis llorado mucho. Os deseo también suerte entendiendo mi acento, porque cuando estoy muy nerviosa no pronuncio mucho. Cuando practicaba esta mañana, me he quedado mirando las paredes de mi habitación, recordando la primera vez que las vi, igual de vacías, sin ningún calendario con una cuenta atrás, sin ninguna cantidad innecesaria de fotos y, sobre todo, sin ningún póster de Magoo. Es raro pensar que durante meses esas 4 paredes han podido llegar a ser lo más cercano a privacidad, e incluso hogar, y que ahora simplemente las estoy abandonando por la suertuda a la que le toque vivir en el piso de arriba. Es raro pensar cómo este lugar, tan simple a la vista, ha acabado por abrazarnos entre sus amaneceres y puestas de sol, entre sus lluvias de horas, terremotos e incluso huracanes. Al fin y al cabo, como muchas otras experiencias, esta llegó a su final. Seguramente algunos estaréis pensando en el futuro, en las puertas que se abren en cuanto Marvin cierre las del gate, mientras otros arrastraréis los pies una última vez por los pasillos del área académica, soltando alguna que otra lágrima al intentar realmente asumir esta despedida, nuestra despedida. Pero incluso para aquellos y aquellas que hoy sonreís y gritáis por una libertad sin permisos, sin la rutina de 2 años, esta que se trata de arroz y pollo como base del día, de los tíos y las tías, de la gloria de Tortuguero y el té de Brenda, de smoothies e imperial, sabéis que la extrañaréis. Y si no, mirad a las caras de vuestro alrededor, a las amistades que os han acompañado a lo largo de 2 años y que tristemente son vuelos internacionales. Sufrir acaba siendo parte del proceso tanto como reír. Hay miles de miedos que pueden surgir ante la decisión de optar por vivir en este lugar. Casi todos nos atenemos a los cambios que surgen en casa, a sufrir muertes a distancia, a llorar ante la incomprensión, a desesperarnos por encontrar amigos de verdad, pero en su mayoría a no sentirnos parte de ningún lugar. Porque aunque este lugar pueda darnos durante la estancia una comodidad entre nosotros mismos Porque aunque este lugar pueda darnos seguridad durante la estancia, la despedida es difícil, no solo por todo lo que dejamos atrás o por las personas, sino por el yo que dejamos. Tristemente, tras 2 años de adaptación y exploración, encontrando una comodidad propia, tenemos que volver a subirnos a un avión, a un carro o una moto, abandonándonos hasta cierto punto, escondiendo esos nuevos lados de nuestra personalidad que pertenece al ecosistema llamado UWC. Y aunque parte de las lágrimas se opacan por la familia y los amigos que nos esperan en casa, en nuestro imaginario ya estamos perdidos. Y si no, recordar las primeras vacaciones del primer año, recordar sentados en vuestra habitación y ver que nada ha cambiado, que el vecino sigue saliendo a correr a la misma hora y que la chancla de tu madre sigue doliendo un pichazo. Es bonito ver que tu ausencia no alteró mucho el ambiente, hasta que te encuentras gritando en tu interior, reclamando a tu entorno ver cuánto has cambiado. Y no me refiero al pelo, que en lo personal ha pasado por cada color del arco iris, sino tus nuevos hábitos, tus sueños y tus valores. Nos encontramos desesperados por ver nuestras diferencias ser reconocidas, discutidas al expresar lo que UWC ha provocado en nosotros. Al final, esta necesidad la vamos a explorar indefinidamente mañana, al salir de este lugar, donde como consecuente vamos a estar perdidos, todos al mismo tiempo, pero en lugares diferentes. De ahí que ahora aspiremos a viajar, a oír de ciudad a ciudad, de país a país, buscando personas con este mismo lenguaje de cambio, de perdición y de adaptación, para luego volver a casa y sentirnos más perdidos que en el extranjero. Sin embargo, debemos recortar la pieza clave de cada lugar, y es que independientemente de donde quiera que estemos, son las personas a las que pertenecemos, a las experiencias e historias con ellos. UWC Costa Rica, con sus pass-downs, viajes a los windmills, escapadas a la calle, aquelarre, breakdowns, open mics y, aunque suene muy típico, conversaciones nocturnas con gente random que nos han ayudado a unirnos como generación. A apreciar la adaptación del primer año, los bajones y los lagrimones a las 3 de la mañana bajo el cielo del fútbol field. Al igual que el crecimiento de este año, donde aunque el IB buscó apartarnos de lo social, no siempre lo consiguió. Gracias segundos años por guiarnos y gracias primeros años por cuidarnos. Cada uno de nosotros piensa en una persona concreta, en el lugar concreto que dentro de esta enorme comunidad le ha ayudado a sobrevivir. Yo quiero agradecer a mi familia latina por ser uno de los mayores apoyos, aprendizajes y risas de estos 2 años, por aceptarme como persona y sobre todo siendo española. Ha sido un privilegio haber formado parte de esta familia, quienes me habéis enseñado a deconstruirme a nivel personal, abriéndome los ojos en muchos aspectos. He aprendido a amar y respetar Latinoamérica por cada uno de vosotros, quienes me enseñasteis vuestra cultura y permitisteis respetarla. Gracias por hacerme entender por qué os consideráis la raza y entender desde el amor y el respeto esta conexión con la familia. Por acogerme entre las cenas, discusiones políticas, viajes a rumba, por permitirme aprender del perreo verdadero y disfrutar de la cumbia. Y gracias, mamá latina, Isa. Muchos de los aquí sentados tenemos el placer de encontrar un refugio en este lugar y tú has sido el mío. Os invito a todos a apreciar a vuestra gente, porque más allá de abandonar paredes vacías, estáis diciendo adiós a vuestros compañeros y a colegios del mundo unido, que recordaremos para siempre. Muchas gracias por estos 2 años.
Muchas gracias, Lola. Now it's time for another special student performance. This time we have Sepe from Belgium and Lina from Morocco's. They're going to do a duet. It's going to be a dance that evidently mirrors the growth that you've experienced here at UWCCR.
A continuación les presentamos otra presentación cultural. Se trata de Sepe de Bélgica y Lina de Marruecos, quienes van a intentar comunicar mediante danza contemporánea las vicisitudes del proceso de crecimiento experimentado por los estudiantes en el colegio.
Don't you know I'm no good for you? I've learned to lose, you can't afford to. Tore my shirt to stop you bleeding, but nothing ever stops you leaving. Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. Don't you know too much already? I'll only hurt you if you let me. Call me friend, but keep me closer. And I'll call you when the party's over. Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. And I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. Yeah, I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. But nothing is better sometimes.
Bravo, muchísimas gracias a Lina y a Sepe por esta excelente presentación. Ahora llegó el momento de presentarles a la profesora electa por parte de los estudiantes. ¿Cómo? ¿Ya saben quién es? ¿Es ella? Ok, vamos a dejar que respire un segundo mientras la presentamos. Ella es Alisa Goldfarb, ella es profesora de lengua y literatura en inglés. Ok, perdón, no estaba en el guión, se me olvidó, perdón.
Alisa Goldfarb is going to give the teacher's graduation address in English. She's an English teacher at Ling and Lit and TOK.
I suddenly know what it feels like to have to give an FOA. Okay. Good morning, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and members of UWC Costa Rica's class of 2019. Welcome and congratulations to all of you. When I first received the notification that I had been selected to give this speech, I was overwhelmed. I felt both honored and terrified. Honored that you all felt that I was the right person to stand up here and provide you with words of wisdom as you close this most exciting chapter of your lives in exchange for a new one, and terrified because I wasn't entirely sure that I would have the right words to do you justice. We began this journey together 2 years ago. You, bright-eyed and eager new students at UWCCR, and me, a teacher who had just made her first international move, praying she hadn't gotten herself in over her head. At this particular moment, I'm not sure that prayer was answered. But what I do know is this: whether by chance or by design, we are all here together, celebrating your achievements and commemorating this very special moment with a 10-minute summary of 30 years of life lessons. Should be easy, right? In 2011, a Harvard study on body posture concluded that striking a power pose for a period of 2 minutes actually changed the body chemistry of the poser. For example, people who stood for 2 minutes in a position that mirrors that of their favorite superhero actually showed heightened testosterone and lower levels of cortisol in their systems. The effect was that those superheroes actually performed better in stressful situations, such as test taking, job interviews, and even presentations, or graduation speech delivery, because having adopted the powerful stance actually made them feel powerful. So, After having spent my 2 minutes backstage, and admittedly many more minutes prior to this day, summoning my likeness to Wonder Woman, I can confidently say that even though I'm still far from being any sort of superhero, I have learned a thing or two about the power of a positive mindset and a little bit of self-awareness and self-control. This is what I'd like to share with you today. 5 important lessons that I've learned from life and superheroes. Number 1, do not settle on doing only the things that you are good at. If you stick solely within your comfort zone, you will never discover the true greatness that you are capable of. Why is this important? Well, this is important because unfortunately, no matter how badly you may want to, and no matter how confidently you may believe in the idea that you have complete control over your life and the direction that it takes, you don't. Life is unpredictable, and you must be adaptable. This is perhaps the most difficult lesson you will learn as you enter adulthood. Even the best laid plans change. The sooner you accept this notion, the sooner you can let go of the ideal you've created of your perfect self and appreciate the person that you are, flawed, ambitious, accomplished, and beautiful. Remember, the ideal you've created does not exist yet. It is only that person you see in the mirror right now that truly exists. And if you spend too much time planning for a future that is as unpredictable as the weather, you'll forget to enjoy the sunshine on your skin today. Number 2. Despite this lack of control over the events of your lifetime, you do have control over one very important thing. You have control over the way that you react to those events, the way you confront them, embrace them, and allow them to transform you. Similar to striking that superhero pose in times of elevated stress, one cannot change the circumstance itself, but rather they can alter their perspective on it. This is most significant in the face of adversity, in light of failure. While I do believe that each and every one of you has a wonderfully successful life ahead of you, the road to get there is paved with only one certainty: failure. You will fail. You will fail often, and you will fail hard. Expect that, accept it, and learn from it. Some of those failures will be the best thing to ever happen to you, not only because with each one you will become stronger, but because each new failure is a reminder that you have tried. And if you can honestly say that you gave it your best shot, failure becomes the foundation for great success. These failures will inspire doubt. Be confident, be passionate, and keep going. These failures will keep you humble. Let them. There is nothing worse than unchecked arrogance, nothing more preventative to learning than ego. Be that failure for a moment and let it remind you how it feels to be a struggling nobody, because someday, when you are a somebody, you will be a somebody with grace and class. And finally, these failures will create vulnerability. Be vulnerable. You must remember that vulnerability is not the opposite of strength or success, but rather vulnerability is a necessary part of growth and development. Embrace it, because like a muscle, resilience is built from constant effort, strengthened by frequent use. Number 3, it is absolutely necessary that you recognize your worth outside of your successes and in spite of your failures. You are more than the sum of your tangible accomplishments. You are greater than the sum of your setbacks. It is so easy to show off caliber, but you must remember that character, who you are when no one is looking, that's what really matters. You, bruised and uncertain, eager and inspired, are worth something. You are worth everything, even if you have nothing. Know this, because if you don't value yourself, if you don't like the person in the mirror, there is no reason for anyone else to value or like you either. One of my favorite poets once suggested that perhaps we should love ourselves so fiercely that when others see us, they know exactly how it should be done. This resonates with me because it summarizes perhaps one of the scariest realities of life. The treatment that you receive from others is so often a reflection of how you perceive yourself. That is, it becomes a reflection of what you think you deserve. So, love yourself enough to command respect, personal, academic, professional, and accept nothing less. Be worth that respect. Remember that you must respect others too, regardless of whether or not you agree with them. Stand up for yourself when your worth has been undermined. You have a voice. Don't ever be afraid to use it. Speak out against injustice for yourself and on behalf of others, and inspire those around you to see for themselves that self-love is the most important love out there. Without it, nothing else is possible. The truth is that the only person that you are guaranteed to spend the rest of your life with is you. You may as well like that person. Number 4, no matter how good a person you are, no matter how wonderful your intentions, there will still be people who don't like you. There will still be those who question the authenticity of your motives, and that's okay. Remember that other people do not define your existence or validate your capabilities, so do not let their negativity cause you to stray from what you believe in. Do not let their doubt weaken your drive, but allow it to feed your ambition. Act despite them. Act because of them. Act with passion and act with conviction, for without it, your actions will have no meaning. And when all is said and done, those naysayers, antagonists, and enemies will do one of two things. They will finally recognize the incredible power of your self-motivation and the purity of your drive, or they will find new reasons to doubt you, creative ways to challenge you, and more tactful ways to stand in your way. Keep working, push forward, and stay true to yourself. Face your villains in whatever shape they take. Face them with confidence and with pride, and fight for whatever it is you've set out to achieve, be it a personal goal, a career move, or a world-changing discovery. After all, even superheroes have to face an arch nemesis or two in their pursuit of justice. And as we've seen in every comic book and every movie, there is nothing more infuriating to those who doubt your abilities than witnessing the moment when you overcome all odds and win the fight, the girl, the prize, or save the world, whatever the case may be. And finally, number 5, as Uncle Ben once said to Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. While this notion may not mean to you what it meant to him, it is an important one, regardless of whether you are zigzagging through buildings, honing in those spidey powers, or you are simply trying to survive the next 4 years in university. No matter what is going on in your life, the mark of a strong individual is their ability to accept responsibility for the good, the bad, and the ugly. You will make good choices in these coming years, choices that will result in reward, in praise, and beaming smiles from your parents, your teachers, and your friends. Be proud of those choices, for you will make many mistakes too. Mistakes that will result in consequence, in disappointment and discouragement. Do not add to those mistakes by running from them, but rather use the opportunity to transform a bad decision into a positive learning experience. Make no excuses. Apologize to those you've hurt. Make amends for bridges burned. Offer reconciliation where previously there was anger or disagreement. Take responsibility for the role you play in your own life. Recognize the power you hold in each and every move you make, and ensure that you are prepared to face the outcome. The world doesn't owe you anything. And believe me, it won't just hand you happiness. But if you are brave enough to accept responsibility, honorable enough to admit responsibility even when you don't want to, the world, and by the world I mean the people around you, will not only work with you, but also happily assist you as you build a life of greatness. This I can promise you. So, whether it's Wonder Woman, Black Panther, or Iron Man, I urge you to strike that pose and seek out all that this world has to offer you. Seize each and every opportunity. Enjoy the next 4 years in those universities you worked so hard to get into. Travel the world, meet new people, try new things. Love the life you live and have no regrets. You have plenty of time to grow up, so take this time to enjoy being young. I assure you, time goes by much faster than you think. You'll be 28 before you know it. And then what? In fact, it's already been 2 years since many of you sat in those seats in classroom 17 for the very first time. 2 years of you must analyze, not summarize. 2 years of transitions, please. 2 years of so what? And will you profile us? The answer to that is still no, on an individual basis. But as a collective, the report is this. You are some of the most intelligent, compassionate, and talented and ambitious people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. You are resourceful and thoughtful, hardworking and confident, though sometimes pretty cocky. You speak loudly when you're excited. You challenge authority when faced with injustice, real or perceived. And you stand by one another in times of stress or hardship. You have proven even to stand by us, the adults in your life, in our times of need. And for that, I have been both impressed and most grateful. Each and every one of you is extraordinary. I could not imagine having spent these last 2 years with anyone else, and I could not be prouder of you than I am in this moment. With all of my love and so much enthusiasm, I wish you all the very best in whatever your futures hold. Congratulations, class of 2019. You did it.
Muchísimas gracias, Alisa, por ese hermoso discurso. Bueno, y a continuación el momento más esperado de toda la ceremonia, vamos a proceder con la entrega de los diplomas. Lo que nos gustaría decirles, por favor, pedirles más bien es que, considerando que los estudiantes van a ser llamados en grupos de 10 personas, esperemos a que las 10 personas hayan recibido sus diplomas para ofrecerles un fuerte aplauso. De esta manera podemos escuchar bien el nombre y país de procedencia de cada uno de los estudiantes.
Now it's time for the main event, the delivery of the diplomas. We're going to be calling the students. We're going to be calling the students in groups of 10. We kindly ask that you please, please, please try and hold your applause until all 10 names have been announced, because we're trying to announce each student's name and the country of origin. We also remind you that when you are taking pictures, please come over here to do so. It's the best vantage point to take pictures. Also realize that students are going to be called in alphabetical order, starting with the first names. So they're going to be called up as they're seated, so please be aware if you want to get ready for the photos.
Un recordatorio, los estudiantes van a ser llamados en orden alfabético según su nombre de pila. Por otro lado, si desean tomar fotografías, les recordamos que esta esquina del escenario es el mejor lugar para ello. Muchas gracias.
First student, Alejandra Altamirano. Alice Bruno, Italy. Anatoly Cherednichenko, Ukraine. Andrew Kittleson, United States of America. Angat Nat Yogi, Nepal. Anna Jolobo Namwalemi, Uganda. Annika Eberhard, South Africa. Antara Dave, India. Antoine Levy, Belgium. And Asta Khatri, Nepal.
Continuamos. Avalon Richie, Costa Rica. Bo Liu, China. Caliste Trignac, Francia y Costa de Marfil. Camille Joseph Verbocket, Holanda, Países Bajos. Carolina Castro Pérez, Costa Rica. Kathy Huang, China. Dan Dan Yang, China, Vietnam. Dan Lajover, Israel. Danilo Gleichmann, Noruega. Davide Cardù, Italia.
Diane Bahosi, Rwanda. Dula, China. Elizabeth Siegling, United States of America. Emma Geisinger Cutchins, United States. Fabiola Melissa Araya Rodriguez, Costa Rica. Fayola Wetzels, Barbados. Florence Amory, United Kingdom. Francesca Mariani, Italia. Federica Yassé, Côte d'Ivoire, United States of America. And Gabrielle Cadmi Mollet, Denmark.
Gabriel Madeiras, Bermuda. Geraldo Antonio Sibinde, Mozambique. Gina Wu, China. Hannah Beck, Alemania. Han Yun Zhang, China. Isabela Barnabó, Costa Rica e Italia. Jafreisi Vargas, República Dominicana. Jacob Sonstebo, Noruega. Janderin Díaz, Costa Rica. Jody da Silva, Barbados.
Juhani Ilves, Finland. Juliette Lartigot, France. Juntao Lu, China. Carla Smith, Colombia. Hoi Nho, Vietnam. Lara Solis, Costa Rica. Lara Mongui, Colombia. Laura Rossi, Italia. Laura Sancho Salazar, Spain. And Lee Howell, Trinidad and Tobago.
Levin Stamm, Suiza e Italia. Lily May Muir, Australia. Lola María Ibáñez González, España. Luciana Treto, Alemania. Maite Cintrón, Costa Rica. Margaret, China. Margit Holmberg, Noruega. María Isabel Díaz Prilwitz, Guatemala. María Laura Alvarado, Costa Rica. Maurice King, Barbados.
Melissa Perez, Costa Rica. Muyan Wang, China. Natalie McKenna Gitobo, Kenya. Onyeka Okafor, Nigeria. Renske Kerkhoffs, Belgium. Renzo Arias Sanchez, Peru. Rocky Sui, China. Roka Kakehi, Japan. Rupsha Balasan, Mauritius. And Ruyu Yan, China.
Simon Suzuki, Japón. Samsara Mane Baskar, Bélgica. Sarah Kabani, Canadá. Saranya Pornsuvan, Tailandia. Sean Chiu Yangming, Singapur. Celine Sium Pan, China. Shiv Shah, Kenya. Shuna Maekawa, Japón. Simi Oluinka, Nigeria. Sumbo Owoyele, Nigeria.
And our final group, Taimimoni, Namibia. Teo Quiñones, Guatemala. Tato Solo, Lesotho. Utsa Mohana Mukherjee, India. Venus Jan, China. Vikan Phan, Vietnam. Yaritza Terrero Tavera, República Dominicana. Yue Feng, China. And Yuto Hisamatsu, Japan.
Ahora sí, estimado público, nuevos segundos años, nos orgullece presentarles a la generación del 2019 del Colegio del Mundo Unido de Costa Rica.
One last round of applause for our recently graduated 2019 graduating class.
Bueno, y ahora les vamos a presentar unas personas que hace unos poquitos años se estuvieron graduando de este mismo escenario, ustedes ya los conocen. Vamos a invitar a los graduados de la clase del 2009, ni más ni menos, desde Kosovo, Liz Agashi, y desde los Estados Unidos de América, Kevin Ferreira.
Two very special UWCCR graduates from 2009, Kevin Ferreira and Lisa Gashi, to welcome our recent graduates to the recently expanded alumni community.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Él es Kevin, se graduó en 2009, es de Estados Unidos, fue mi coaño y ahora es miembro de la Junta del Colegio del Mundo Unido de Costa Rica.
This is Lisa Gashi, one of my co-years from the class of 2009. You've heard a lot about her. She's from Kosovo and is the head of the National Committee of Kosovo.
We are here to welcome the graduating class of 2019 to begin their journey on UWC for Life. I'm sure throughout the 2 years here, you heard a lot about UWC for Life, what's after the college, but I'm also sure that you are very confused about what's next. So just be out there and remind yourself that actually you're not alone. So you are about to join a movement of graduates of over 65,000 graduates of UWC, a movement that is constantly growing and progressing, and a movement of almost 1,000 graduates of UWC Costa Rica. And you are also the first class here to sign the UWC pledge, which is to commit your time, talent, and treasure back to UWC Costa Rica and UWC as a movement in general.
We want to welcome you to our alumni family as part of the second class of Costa Rica and joining over 10 years of the college. We want to celebrate your move as graduates into the alumni community, and to do that, I would like to ask every UWC alumni to join us on stage to welcome you. So for all of the alumni from UWC Costa Rica or any UWC, if you could join us. Can you explain it? Yes, can you explain it?
Hello.
Join us.
I will explain what tags are and how we're going to do it.
And then I'll explain, yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola. Wow. And now?
Go ahead.
All right, for the graduating class, we have a welcoming gift for you. We'll be delivering the alumni packs. You'll figure out what's on those. But for the current alums that are on the stage, we'll be welcoming them to this big movement. And we really want you to just realize that you are not alone. So please, for any time you have anything you want to reach, feel free to reach out, not just to the people on stage, but to any alums around the world. Thank you.
So we will be passing out graduation packs, and if all of the alumni can help us behind you, there are, in groups of 10 for each row, bags for each student. If you can help us distribute them and welcome them to the UWC alumni family.
Pioneer reunion.
So if you guys want to
I hope everyone got a bag. Yeah? We good? Perfect. Well, I guess one more thing, in case you're wondering why Kevin and I are here, is because we have our Pioneers 10-year reunion, and I hope you look forward to your next 10-year reunion as well as you graduate from here.
And to leave you, we have a short video that will be playing on the screens of some alumni who want to welcome you and share a few words to the UWC alumni community.
Congratulations, class of 2019, on your graduation. My name is Osa, and I am an alumni that graduated in 2012 from UWC Costa Rica. So 7 years ago, I was in your shoes, more or less. And right now, I am about to graduate from med school. I have 11 days left of exams. So, yep. I just want to tell you that life afterwards is good as well, and that I'm sure you don't really need any advice. You'll figure it all out. But if you ever need advice or someone to talk to, or someone to hug or share coffee with, or change the world with, or just sit in a hammock and enjoy a sunset or a sunrise or whatever, then we're thousands of alumni out here that are awaiting your arrival to the post-UWC world, which is the world. If you're ever up north, don't hesitate in contacting me. I will take you to all the mountains. And my dog and I, see hey. Yeah, we just want to tell you that you'll be fine, and give each other an extra hug, and pura vida. I hope you're all good. Muchos besos.
It's your second year from the US. Yeah, how y'all doing? Congratulations, you made it. I am currently at the University of Rochester. I know that a lot of you guys are about to go on and do amazing things with your lives, so I'm so proud of you. Two things about what it means to be a UWC alumni. I'd say that the first is it means that you're a lot more intimate and connected with the world. So when you hear that there's a crisis that happened in a certain country, it's going to mean something to you, because you're going to think, oh, that's the country where my classmates' family is from, or my cast partner's family is from, or my best friend from high school's family is from. So it's going to matter to you a lot more, which leads me to my second, which is you are more connected to the world, which means you might become a little bit culturally ambiguous. Most of you guys aren't Costa Rican, but you're probably a little bit more Costa Rican than the people from your home countries. You've all had gallo pinto, you've all, walked the streets of Santa Ana, and that's okay. Like, there's a lot of cultural exchange that happens at UWC, so you may feel like you don't quite fit in with any nationality, but honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Like, as long as you know who you are, not only in terms of where you're from, like country-wise, but also who you are as a person, like you're kind, or you love chocolate chip ice cream, whatever it might be, don't even worry about fitting into the box that other people have created to define a label that you identify with. Like, that's just irrelevant. Just you do you. And honestly, that cultural sharing and that diverse perspective is kind of the goal of UWC. So if you're experiencing that, it worked. So yeah, welcome to the family. Good luck with everything. Miss you so much. Congratulations. If you're ever in Rochester, North Carolina, hit me up. Bye-bye.
Hello, all of you. I am Sam from Zimbabwe, class of 2017. I think I met most of you, so congratulations on your graduation. It is a special time. Remember that these goodbyes are not final, and that uncertainty is nowhere close to as scary as we make it out to be. Yeah, it's a special time. So, welcome to UWC graduates. Lots of love. Bye.
Congratulations! I'm Hattie. I graduated from UWC Costa Rica in 2012.
I'm Adara. I graduated from UWC Costa Rica in 2013.
Hi, my name is Kip. I graduated from Pearson College in 2005.
Hi, I'm Dag. I graduated from UWC Costa Rica in 2013.
I'm Jade. I graduated from UWC Maastricht in 2013.
We wanted to say a massive congratulations on your graduation day. We all know how you're feeling today, probably a whole mix of emotions. Super excited for what the future holds, but probably mostly on your mind right now is all the people and friends, family members, brothers and sisters if you like, that you've made over the last 2 years. We wanted to let you know that UWC goes on after those 2 years. We're all on the United World College Great Britain National Committee, and we've been catching up tonight and still living the UWC spirit. Congratulations!
So thank you very much to all of our UWC CR alumni from here and around the world. A very special message, so thank you. Before we conclude today's ceremonies, we have a couple of logistic things that we need to cover. We are going to have lunch, and it will be at the first parking lot starting at 1:30. There's also going to be a photo booth, and parking lot 1 is up by the soccer and basketball field.
Bueno, tras haber escuchado a nuestros exalumnos, no se preocupen, vamos a tener almuerzo. Va a comenzar a partir de la 1:30 en el primer parqueo junto a la cancha de baloncesto y fútbol. Recuerden que va a haber un photo booth para que nos tomemos fotografías y así recordar el momento.
And also, just near there, there's near class, in front of classroom 2, you can also purchase your yearbooks and any other UWCCR memorabilia.
También, si lo desean, podrán adquirir anuarios y productos recordatorios del colegio afuera del aula 2, en la misma zona donde se va a servir el almuerzo.
That's it, yeah. So, we come to a very, very special traditional conclusion to our graduation ceremony. This is when we ask your IB1s, our IB2s, to now come to the stage for one final song.
Y llegó el momento tradicional en el que los estudiantes de primer año, ahora ya estudiantes de segundo año, se despiden de sus amigos mediante una pequeña sorpresa.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blown his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down, so many times I played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. Then close your eyes and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go.
I'm your father.
Does my voice sound sexy?
Dear second years, we wanted to tell you that we're really proud of your journey and the people you've become.
Hey guys, sorry, we have one more thing. We made a little video for you. So if you can go to where you can see one of the TVs. It's just a little something from the first years. Thank you.
Your father.
Does my voice sound sexy?
Dear second years, we wanted to tell you that we're really proud of your journey and the people you've become.
It's been such a long year. So many memories now we share between the generations, and I think that's the best part.
It's been tough, but most of all interesting. Like, it's been a crazy ride. It's been fun all the way.
This year has been amazing, and that's for the second year. I think for them we create the feeling of being a family or of home.
You guys took us in at a low point. You stuck with us through the worst times and were there with us in the happiest moments of our lives.
I am honestly so grateful that I have had this opportunity to meet such amazing people.
I can't imagine this place without every single one of you.
This year has been fucking mental. But I think what made the best part good ones was having second years.
We find love, we get up, and we fall down, we give up. We find love, we get up, and we
I just hope we would be able to create the same atmosphere of love and friendship, and the same one you gave us.
Second years, oh my god, those guys are insane. Like, these guys are crazy. But that's why we love them.
Honestly, it never is gonna be the same without them.
Really showed us the way in the most cliche way.
It's been one heck of a year with so many new relationships.
Even though we just spent less than a year here, there's a lot of people you can count in for a lot of things, and you know we made a lot of memories.
Sometimes you're kind of stupid, but we love you.
I love you.
You peak here, we peak people. And interesting people, and we've all learned a lot from each and every one of them.
You keep leave on campus, like even if you're not physically here, you are in every one of us.
All the crazy moments in Juve, in first year, second year shows, in social center parties.
It's sad to see it coming to an end.
I love y'all and I miss y'all, and keep partying and keep being y'all.
I love you. But it's exciting to see where you guys will go in life. Y'all gonna be dispersed out there like seeds.
I hope all of your dreams and plans come true.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I miss you.
I love you and I'll miss you.
बहुत याद कर रहे हैं आपको, बहुत पसंद करते हैं.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you.
I love you.
I love you.
Ich liebe dich.
I love you.
I love you, second years. I love you, motherfuckers.
Je vous aime à la folie.
Ay, los amo tanto, los voy a extrañar.
再见最后一天，再见最后一天，我们会相见的。
Aimez-vous.
Los amo.
In the end, we have to thank our second years for not only making this place a home for us, but like a place where we can now welcome our future firsties, knowing that all that our second years taught us, we can now teach to our future firsties. Thank you, second years.